Welcome to Subramani. Please subscribe. Videos like this are very rarely made. I am going to get into a lot of trouble for making such videos. So I started my life long ago as an investor and then became a member at the National Stock Exchange. And so financial advising is something which I've been doing for a very long time. No longer now I don't do. So I still review some friends' portfolios. I meet people, I talk to them about money, but not really a wealth manager. I don't take other people's money and manage it, right? So let me start by saying when I called myself a broker or a wealth advisor, I would still do certain things which I thought was important, and then all the training that I saw and I gave and I got whereby the wealth management industry or the asset management industry, which is more the asset gathering industry than the asset management industry. I am not drawing the line in this video, I have done it in an earlier video. So largely you were told that the most important thing that a financial advisor does is to pick the assets. In choosing how much to put in large cap, how much in mid cap, how much in foreign equity, how much in tech scripts and not even tech script, tech funds, and how their tech fund has done extremely well, how their pharma fund and healthcare fund have done extremely well. This was told to you as to be the most important thing that you need to do in wealth management. That I have a huge issue even with the word wealth management, but I'm going ahead of my time. So then I realized slowly over 30 years that what is important is, will the client, with the existing money that he or she has and the money that they are adding to it per month in terms of an SIP or in terms of putting more into a PMS or an AIF or whatever, will they be able to achieve their goals? Will they be able to achieve their goals without a hiccup? Will they be able to achieve their goals with some trouble, or will they not be able to achieve the goals? So the first step, if you ask me today, I would think is to sit down with the client and find out what are his or her goals. If you don't know the goals, it doesn't really matter, right? So that would be step one. Realize that in step two, knowing how many people are there in the family, whether there is a HUF, whether there is an AOP, how many taxing entities or taxation entities are there, is very important, because spreading the income across more number of entities obviously is more tax efficient. So the tax efficiency of investing is something which a financial advisor does not even know, does not understand, and if he does understand that, he does not know how to convey it to you. So largely the alpha that a good advisor can create for you has to come from the taxation that he or she can save for you. For example, last week I met somebody who had kept a lot of money in bank fixed deposit, and I said, you're paying 34% tax. Whereas if you keep it in a debt fund, you pay lesser tax. Of course, today the taxation is not very efficient for debt funds, because the extra income, the capital gain will get added to your income, but it is still more efficient than a bank fixed deposit, because this man is 47 years of age, a very successful professional. Maybe if he does not touch it till his age of 65 or 70, see the impact that the power of compounding has on the saving of taxation. So if your financial advisor cannot talk about taxation, you are at a huge disadvantage. If you are a financial advisor, learn taxation, learn those taxation of clubbing, why it is important to save money in the children's name, why it is nice to keep parents' money in senior citizens schemes, right? Especially if you are helping them, why better to do all that? If you don't know all that, you are not being a great help to your customers, right? To your readers, viewers, customers, whoever it is, right? So the pre-tax income is not important, the post-tax is important. So this is a very important thing. Next, nobody ever calls up and says, Subra, can you do wealth management for me? Nobody ever does. Nobody knows that they need wealth management, and I am convinced that wealth managers are not wealth managers. They have sales targets. They don't have wealth targets. They don't say, oh, this client Subra has got X amount of money, you have to make it 2x in 3 years. No, that's not how the mandate is. The mandate is, here is a guy who is 48 years of age, so you must sell him insurance, you must sell him pension plan, you must sell him children insurance, you must sell him this. That is the aim of wealth managers, not to create wealth for you. Yes, it is creating wealth for the, maybe for the bank, but definitely not for you. Also, famous fund managers don't come around and talk, but when they talk, and if they start talking too much, you have to be sure that there is lack of performance, or there is too much of redemption which they are unable to hold. So if one fund in one scheme has a problem, or somebody tells you that this fund manager has issues with SEBI, right? If SEBI is taking some action and something is visible to you, good chance that the fund manager is talking to offset those problems, and not because he is suddenly in love with you, right? So suddenly if you are called for a meeting saying this fund manager wants to talk, and he's normally a shy fund manager who doesn't talk, and he says, I think you should keep putting money in this fund. So be aware as to why he or she is talking that language. There are many women too in the profession today, so be careful as to why they are talking to. Earlier I thought it was always an honor that the fund manager is talking to you. And ask fund managers what mistakes you made, admit your own mistakes, right? So admit your own mistakes to your children, admit your own mistakes to your clients, because when you admit your mistakes to your kids, and then they realize that, look, you also made mistakes, I also made mistakes. So there is no great pressure to say, oh my god, my dad is an IIT rank holder and I should also do that. Tell them what mistakes you made. That's very useful in life. With your own kids, with your clients, tell them, look, I got lucky here. I was born in the 60s and I got lucky to be in the fund management business. I am lucky to have made so much money. I never thought in my life I would make so much money. If somebody had told me in maybe 1982 that work with me and I will take care of your food, shelter, travel, etc., and give you 5 crores, I would have just gone and taken up that job. Because we did not understand the power of compounding, we did not understand the power of equity, we did not understand the power of 2002 to 2007 market boom. We did not know, like when fund manager said, Subra, me and all were sitting on a round object in 2002, in 2007 we realized it was a rocket. We did not know all that. All that learning is now going to help you if I am going to do some training for you, right? So that is where it comes in, all the experience. This can't be taught in business schools. Don't think this can be taught. I can tell you 1993 to 2002 was a bad market period for most of us. But today, when you see a graph starting from 1979 to 2004 and you're talking of the TRI, this will look like a blip. Yes, of course, it's a blip in a 45 year tenure. Obviously, this looks like a blip because it's only 7 years. But if you have lived through it or you have read through it, that depends on, that determines how much of experience you have. So some of us will constantly be scared of the market, saying, what if the market does not recover for 6-7 years? But those people who have come into the market after 2002 have not seen a 6-year recession. This is a learning from the market, not possible to learn experience from books, right? So patience and experience cannot be learned from books. So whatever they tell you doesn't matter. Do you need an advisor? Yes, you need an advisor to tell you how to plan, why to make a will, when to make a will, whether you should get it registered. You need help in that, because your lawyer does not know how to include all the assets. Because I work with lawyers and I'm convinced that a person to make a will needs a financial planner and a lawyer, because the financial planner will ask you questions like, but you're spending 5,000 rupees to your geography teacher, do you want that continued? This is a real life example. There was a friend who was helping his teacher by paying 5,000 per month. So the lawyer included that in the will, saying, okay, this should also be included because your wife may not even know about this thing. His wife did not know. 5,000, not a big amount for him, but it was a big amount for the teacher, right? So some of these things come up only because the financial planner knows about these transactions and the lawyer does not ask some of these questions. When you invest your money and you talk to the fund manager or you talk to the people managing the money, ask questions, see what is happening. Don't just go by past records. But if somebody tells you this is a very promising young good fund manager, the question is, how much money are you willing to put? How much money are you willing to back him with? Or are you going to say, I will look at his portfolio, see how he's doing, incrementally put 5 lakhs a month, but today I will not give you 2 crores. However you want to manage all that, but don't get carried away. Seeking insurance and all that is important, don't ignore it. But if you are a rich man and you have children, they may not need insurance. Look at it that way also. Don't just believe the numbers put in by the life insurance industry or even the medical insurance industry, right? So all these things you keep learning with time, and I didn't want to make a video longer than this, so thank you very much. I'll make more videos like this, so keep watching. Thank you.